So today I'm going to talk you through creating the gift box using the gift box template from Craft World. It's a really simple template to use. It may look a little bit confusing, but it's absolutely not. It's actually a basic box that you can use to put little treats inside, maybe some embellishments to give to a crafty friend, or you could even make these and make lots of them, put them together and use them to store your craft embellishments. So I'm going to make one as a little box. I'm going to imagine I've made some sweets or some biscuits or fudge or something, and I want to gift them to someone in some nice wrapping. So I've used the template, and there is a separate video linked in this post to show you how to use the templates with your own cardstock. So I've already cut and scored my cardstock. Now I'm using Hunky Dory cardstock that actually matches my mat really well, so I apologise for that if you can't quite see it so well. It's Hunky Dory Adorable Scoreable, so it's white on the inside and it's got this beautiful sort of fuchsia colour on the outside. Now if I just hold that to the correct light, you can see the score lines all in there, and I do this whilst the template is still stuck to the front using the repositionable spray. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fold down all of those score lines, and this is the beauty of using Adorable Scoreable cardstock, is that you don't get any creasing or cracking of the ink on the cardstock. You get a lovely smooth finish on the edges, so it really is one of the perfect cardstocks to use, and it's a very good weight. I believe it's about 350 GSM, so perfect for your gift boxes. So now we're going to have a look at our box, and we're going to work out which is the lid. So if you base this square or cross rather here as your base and your four sides, you then have this section as your lid. So what we want to do is ignore these pieces here. We want to work round gluing the tabs together. So you definitely want to be using either a tape or a wet glue, or my personal preference is a hot glue gun. So I'm just going to add a small line of hot glue to one of the side tabs, bring that up, and we can already see our cube starting to form there. And this hot glue does take just seconds to dry. You don't need a lot of it, but because this is a gift box that's going to be handled, it's three-dimensional, it might get bashed about a little bit. This is the perfect glue to keep this nice and sturdy. So just working around, as you can see, refer to which one my lid is, and all the others need to come up into each other. So just tucking these side pieces, these tabs in, a little bit of glue on one. Just work on one at a time, don't try to glue them all and then press them together, because your glue will dry before you get round to each one. And you don't have to use a plain cardstock for this, of course. You can alternatively use some pattern paper if it's a nice good weight. So the Helen Griffin's Simply Made Crafts paper is always a good weight. It's usually about 300 GSM, and that's usually mostly patterns. So that would be a really good cardstock to use for this as well. So there's the four sides. Now we have these pieces here for a reason. Okay, I'm just going to fold them in. So when we fold and we tuck our lid in, we don't have a gap at the two sides. So if I fold those outwards, for example, just one of them, and I show you, you can see we would have a gap otherwise if we didn't have these two side pieces. So fold those in, and there is our cube. Now if you want to make something like baby cubes, you could put a little pair of baby booties or socks in this actually. That would make a lovely gift. If you want to do some home decor, as I said, this could be storage for your embellishments, maybe your buttons, your sequins, things like that. You could pile these together, gluing them all together into a whole wall. I'm just going to do a very simple embellishment with this one. So I'm going to add, and this is a tiny little wooden cotton thread here. This is just going, oh, like a bobbin. And this is just going to act as a handle. So again, I'm going to use my hot glue for this, or a spool. That's it, not a bobbin, is it? It's a spool. So that will add, when it's dry, that will work as a handle for the lid. And around that, I'm going to bring in some paper florals as well. So really simple embellishments that I just had laying around at home. So popping a couple of colours on that I think work well with the bright pink, the fuchsia colour that I adore. I'm bringing in a blue there as well. another purple, another lighter shade, just tucking the stems in. So I cut paper flowers quite close, just tuck the stems in, and I add the glue to the stems so that I know that's not going to accidentally be peeking out anywhere. And then I have a last little white one there. That's got a glittery side, so I'm going to use the glittery side there too, and tuck that in under there. There we go. So now I have, and you can put thread on this if you want to, but now I have a decorative box lid, and you could of course go around and decorate the edges, put some pattern paper on there, maybe a sentiment if you wanted to, but inside when you lift it open you can put whatever gift you want, or even another message on the inside.